Good afternoon or early evening, friends. It's just kind of late in the day to be making an intro for a video for me, but it needs to be done, so what the heck. Any rate, yeah, it's dark already outside. Okay, well, in my video, the NESCO Garden Master's Maiden Voyage, I really enjoyed the way the tool worked, and it just set my imagination racing. I mean, it just set me free. And I was looking at everything in the kitchen differently. I've been very blessed, and my gardens in the past have all been prolific. Not at the beginning. I have started with soil with various challenges every place that I've gone. But after a few years, of enriching the soil and making my own compost and doing everything organically and using companion planting methods, and I've been very blessed. They have become very productive. So I am trying to learn different ways of storing said foods, and I need to learn it and have the jars and all the things that I need to be able to store it before I grow the foods. So they kind of go hand in hand. Anyway, I just had so many ideas. So here is NESCO Take 2. Alrighty, preparing for batch number 2 in the food dehydrator. Took all of these things out of my freezer. There's some blueberries, there's peas and carrots, there's a combination of vegetables, more blueberries, more peas and carrots. This ham is not for the dehydrator, that's just for dinner. And a pepper and onion blend, and some corn. Let's see how these things do. Okay. So we're starting with this part. Check out the new NESCO and see how it does on our vegetables. I'll get those in a minute. All those things that I was showing you on the top of the freezer. I'm doing 1 package of these per level, and I'll do the fruit a little bit later, tomorrow or something. All right, finishing up here, there's mixed vegetables there, and these 3 are carrots and peas, mixed vegetables. Now, I'm going to put corn on this one, and then in the middle, I'm going to put these pepper and onion blend, and then 1 more corn, and we'll be done with it for the night. All right, peas and carrots, corn, peppers and onions. We're gonna see how these do at 110 for 4 hours. All right, NESCO Take 2. Second time using the NESCO Food Dehydrator. This was a bag of frozen peppers and onions. And I want to dry them and put them in a jar so that we can use them for soups. And they're still not completely dry. They're not brittle. They feel leathery. So I'm afraid we're going to have to go some more time on that. Let's check what the other levels have. Okay, this was a large bag of corn, and I split it into 2 trays, and I was told that if you can dent it with your thumb, it's not yet dry, and I can, so evidently it's not just the peppers. Yes, all this stuff definitely needs more time. These, you can see, are still quite soft. I realize they're pretty big, but I ran it for 4 hours yesterday evening, and I've run it for 3 hours so far today, so that's a total of 7, and I'm definitely going to have to run it more. All right, I know that these are pretty big, but they're finally done. As you can hear, they're cracking. There's no leatheriness to them anymore. So yeah, I'll put these away. Okay, so both trays of corn fit into this one jar, and you can see I'm putting a moisture absorber on the top of it, and there was a tiny bit left over. So since I have 3 trays of these peas and carrots, I sprinkled what was left over in with one of them, and I'll keep this one separate, and then I'll put the other 2 together. Okay, so here's NESCO Take 2 results. These are the onions and peppers, and these are the mixed vegetables with green beans. There's the corn. There's 1 load of peas and carrots where I put the extra corn in, and this is the rest of the peas and carrots. So that whole NESCO came down to this few jars. I am amazed at how light it all is, and to be honest, where we live, the power goes out frequently, and I have been kind of nervous about having everything, well, so much of our food, stored in a freezer. So I'm really enjoying this, and I want to master it before my gardens become really productive, so that I will have this option for storing my food. Now, I realize that not everyone can afford to buy one of those. So I have another option, to air and sun dry in an 8-tier screened in food dehydrator where you just use nature, and I'll show you that before the end of the video. Okay, the broccoli went all night. Let's see what it looks like. Oops. Oh, that looks perfect. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very good, very good. Cool. This entire thing is filled with broccoli. So I'm going to put it all together in this jar, quart jar. We'll probably don't need a quart jar, but we'll see. So that's what our 2 heads of broccoli came out to. That is a quart jar. So like usually I'm kind of all over the place. This cauliflower is what's going to go into the food dehydrator next. I have to mince it all up, of course. And over on the stove, the big pot on the right is my cranberry sauce in the water bath canner. The pot to the back is my chicken broth, bone broth, which will be going in after the cranberry sauce is done. And the pot on the front left is 2 big bags of potatoes chopped up because I'm making mashed potatoes for Thanksgiving. I'm making 1 dish each day so that Thanksgiving won't be too difficult for me. And obviously for just my son and I, that's way too much fat. So I'm going to be making mashed potatoes out of all of it, but I'm going to be putting the puree in the food dehydrator so that I can have powdered, dry, shelf-stable potatoes. So as you can see, so many times I talk about the condition of my kitchen. You know, some of the drawers, I mean, there's no doors on the corner cabinet there. There's no drawer there. There's no blockage there. Those two do not fit decently. And over here, only one of those two drawers work. And there are termites that live inside that cabinet. So I'm trying not to put much in there because it's termites. And obviously, cabinetry is very expensive, and it's going to take me a while to be able to get that. The drawer on the left there, next to the one that's open, does not work at all. And the one that's open goes off of its track constantly. That's why it's open right now, because I don't want to have to keep putting it back on its track and taking it out, because that's where my canning tools are. So, yeah, my kitchen waits. When I finish paying off my car, I'll have enough money to be able to work on the cabinetry. But until then, I'm limping along with a lot of things like these stainless steel shelves and these wood shelves. And eventually, the area back in there, that's my office. You can recognize the cow head, I'm sure, from all of my headshot videos. That will be part of the kitchen. Also, when my son's apartment is finished, these things will go into my living room, which is through that door, and to the right, which is right now my son's room. But when he's out there in the apartment, that room will be my living room. Those things can move. And then I can do cabinetry and stuff like that in here. And I'm going to put a big center island in the middle. So little by little, we'll get there. Today it's cauliflower, chicken broth, potatoes, and canning cranberry sauce. So I'm going to be making my own yogurt. I told you when I did the Nogales video, as soon as I start getting the milk from the lady down the way. And cranberry fruit at the bottom yogurt is my favorite. And I have diabetes. It's very slight. I'm at the very bottom of the scale, but I still want to be very careful. So the fruit at the bottom yogurt has a lot of added sugar in it. So I made my own cranberry sauce so that I'll have it for Thanksgiving, and also I'll be able to use the lower sugar variety for my yogurt. Alrighty, let's see how our cauliflower did overnight. Yep, that's dry. Cool. Let's package this up. Okay, so one of the things that's going in my Christmas baskets is going to be jars with dry mix of Mexican hot chocolate. And I'm dehydrating these mini marshmallows to put in those dry mixes. I am also dehydrating, these were frozen blueberries, and I'm dehydrating them so that I can put them in my next batch of granola. All right, she's loaded again. I'm beginning to wonder how much electricity this takes because I'm using it so much. I wonder what my next electrical bill is going to be like. Alrighty, blueberries and marshmallows on the way. Alrighty, let's see what we're looking like today. Yeah, we got more time. Some of them are dried, but some of these big ones are not even close. Yeah, the little ones need more time too. I let it run all night, but boy, those big ones are humongous. Okie dokie. Okay, so this is part of NESCO Take 2, and I took some applesauce and put them in these fruit leather trays to make fruit leather, and it does. It makes fruit leather. And once you get it started, it comes off really easily, but boy, getting it started can be a trick. I had to take my fingernail. I haven't done it with this one yet, so maybe I can do it on camera. I had to take my fingernail and start a little edge. And then once you get the edge started, it will begin peeling. There you go, see? It's harder to do with one hand. And the other hand holding the... Obviously, I'm at my desk. I have a very sore knee today, so I'm not doing much walking around. My mouse there next to it, but it does peel up pretty easily once you get it going. So that's cool. Okay, this is going to be, hopefully, the end of the NESCO Take 2. As you can see, I'm preparing for my Christmas village with some of the houses here. And I've been trying to get everything off of my table. These are the last remnants. That's what we have so far. Anyway, what's in here right now is a batch of onions, the last of the onions. And yes, they turned red. I left them out for a while after they were done last time. And they reabsorbed moisture, so I had to put them back in again. And this is 4 huge bunches of spinach in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trays. 6 trays of spinach. And I did a little bit, which is in this jar. So I'm going to turn this into green powder for smoothies, for adding to eggs, for to make green eggs and ham, for adding to soups and stews and whatever, to get those vitamins and that fiber in there. So I'll be taking all of these off and powdering them in my food processor. Alrighty, so this is the result of our NESCO Take 2, and I'll explain it all as we go. This, I dried up pureed tomatoes for like fruit leather, and I will grind it for tomato powder. These are the leeks, which you saw me do. This is the celery. Garlic, which I made garlic powder out of. They all have moisture absorbers inside of them so that they don't get clumpy. Onion, which I made into onion powder. Broccoli, which I'm looking forward to. I'm going to do a video on it. A shelf stable dry broccoli and cheese soup that I'm really looking forward to doing for you. These are the apples that are from the apple processing video. Eggs. I scrambled up eggs and dried them and broke them into these little pieces, and I will pulverize them when I need to, and you can substitute them in any recipe. This isn't labeled because it's obvious what it is. It's mixed vegetables with corn. And this was full of little Hard Rock mini marshmallows. And I put them in my Christmas baskets, included them with the hot chocolate jars that I gave people. This is mint from my mint plants. These 2 are basil from my basil plants. This is peas and carrots, cauliflower. This is mixed peppers, dry apple fruit leather, shrooms. My son helped me with labeling some of these. Those are mushrooms. Also, the corn, spelled with a K. He loves the band Corn, so that's how he put corn. Bananas, blueberries, and the tomatoes down there on the upper right are halved cherry tomatoes. So I'd say for my second time using that tool that I did quite a bit. Awesome. Okay, NESCO Take 2. Now, I made a couple of notes to myself to mention things. One is to mention the fat in the eggs. When I made the eggs, I took 30 eggs, I scrambled them, and I added a little bit of milk to it so that they were just a little more liquidy, so that they would dehydrate faster. I know it sounds weird, adding more liquid to dehydrate faster, but because eggs are viscous, it makes it spread out more easily. So that. Also, I didn't mention that I forgot the spinach, the dried spinach. It did very, very well. I'm very pleased with it. And I'm going to do a little thing later called green eggs and ham, putting the spinach into some scrambled eggs. The potatoes. I did not like the way the potatoes came out. And I think I put it in too thickly. I think that I should have maybe thinned it out a little bit with some milk, so that it wasn't as thick in the areas, and it would have dehydrated better. So they worked just fine, of course, for my Thanksgiving dinner and for eating fresh afterwards, but they did not dehydrate and be able to be pulverized in the food processor the way I wanted to have shelf-stable instant potatoes, kind of, okay? So I'm going to have to try that one again. But other than that, I was so happy with the way everything went. Now, the blueberries that are in here, what I didn't realize, because my son helped me the day that I loaded the blueberries, was that those really big blueberries were ones that we had bought fresh. And all of the smaller ones were the ones that were frozen. So I definitely would not do the big blueberries like that again. I'll keep them for fresh. But the frozen little ones, they did beautifully, and you're going to see them in granola videos and overnight oats videos, etc. for later. So we'll get to that. Now, I want to thank you very much for being here. Please, if you would be so kind, let me know where you're from. I know everybody says this because they want people to make comments because that helps their algorithm. When I originally started this project of doing the map and putting the locations, I really did not understand that was a pitch for more comments. That wasn't what I was doing. I really want to see, So, if you would please put down where you're watching from, I would really, really, really appreciate that. And I really will put them all on the map, and we'll show a video every once in a while, and maybe we can put your hometown on the map. That would be fun. But I'm a bit of a nerd, and I love geography and different cultures, anthropology and stuff. So I would just love to see where it goes, because I think that would be awesome. And if you're returning, thank you so very much for coming back. And if you're new, welcome to my family. I'm really glad you're here, and I hope that you saw something you liked. At any rate, please click the like and subscribe buttons. Those are always very encouraging, and they help us out a lot. We're a young, brand new channel. I just started on November 8th of 25. So, even though I've had the channel for a long time, I did not do anything with it until November 8th. And since November 8th of 2025, we've been doing at least 2 videos a week. And I would just like to see, something happen with this. I really do want to help people learn. I love being a teacher. I have been a teacher before. I've taught English and a couple of other things. I used to give lectures to my children's classes in animal keeping and organic gardening and environmentalism and all kinds of things. But so I love teaching, and I would just really like to be a help. Alrighty. I hope y'all have a blessed day. Toodles.